Oh, boo, 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 boo. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We're good. Still got the concussion, but these aren't going anywhere. But I am feeling better. So I decided today I'm getting another one. Okay. So guys, welcome back to the series. The series where I talk about the most valuable lessons I've learned in my 22 years of existence and 4 years of living by myself doing some crazy shit. So today's gonna be a fun one. And I also think it's probably one of the most misunderstood ones. Today's about discipline. Discipline, what will make or break your life. So, before we get into it, okay, so discipline. A lot of people think that they are disciplined, and a lot of people think that they aren't disciplined. Here is my definition of discipline. And before I give that, it's important to know, knowing the definition of words is probably the biggest life hack that you could possibly have. And this is the reason. When you're talking to people and you use words like good, or honestly, any word, when you're talking to someone, they might not know what you mean by saying that word. Therefore, there's a miscommunication and stuff gets lost in translation. Got a scooter going by. Oh, we got a car. All right, there we go. So knowing the definition of words and making sure the person that you're speaking to also knows the definition of the word that in the context you're using it in is gonna eliminate 99% of misconfusion. So that's why like when I talked to Joey, we were talking and we were like, yeah, I was like, bro, how often do you wanna fight? And he was like, a lot. And I was like, okay, well, I think our definitions of a lot is different. And so what do you mean by a lot? Like how many times a month? And we meant the same thing, but our idea of a lot was different. So it's important to clarify words. So now that that's out of the way, how I view discipline is doing stuff you don't want to do for an extended period of time with no guarantee of reward. That's my definition of discipline. So a lot of people have the misconception that discipline is just doing hard things all the time. But hard to me would not be hard to somebody else. What's hard to somebody else would not be hard to me. It goes both ways. So for example, I love to wake up early. I have no problem waking up early. I do sleep in a little later now because of my intense Muay Thai training schedule. I'm up at 6 every day. But for the most part of my life, in the last 4 years, it's usually been up before 5 o'clock or right about 5 o'clock. But to someone else who doesn't wake up early, wow, Luke, you're so disciplined. No, I'm not. I'm not in that situation because I like to do it. The same way how you might love reading books. It comes easy to you and you knock out a book every other day, but it takes me a month to knock out a book. It's different. So discipline is doing what does not, a bug right here? Nah. So discipline is about doing what you don't want to do for an extended period amount of time with no guarantee of a reward. So the question isn't, okay, am I disciplined or am I not disciplined? No, everyone is disciplined. The real question is, how disciplined are you? How long can you do said thing without getting a result? For example, for me, one of the biggest things I hate doing that really takes willpower and discipline is dieting. Dieting, for me, I fucking hate it. I hate restricting myself on certain things, blah, blah, blah. Now, Now, there's a big difference between dieting and like being a glutton. I don't want you to think that I'm out here just shoving freaking nachos down my hole 24/7. But as in a fact that like, if I'm cutting weight, oh dang, I can't eat this, blah, blah, blah. So that's one thing that does take a lot of discipline for me. And it's also the reason I knew I needed to do it. This year, in the beginning of this year, I was about 180 pounds. I was 178. I cut down to 156 in the first 3.5 months of this year. So I did it. But that's an example. So that took me 3 months to do. Whatever weight that is, whatever the difference is, that took me 3 months. So discipline is going to be the determining factor in what you accomplish in your life. Because here's the deal. Here's the reality of, hang on. You'll see him. Hang on. Yeah. So discipline is the most important factor in your life. Because here's the thing. We can all love to do things. Like for me, what do I like to do? I love making content. I fucking love making content. I love training. I love lifting weights. I love Muay Thai. I love jujitsu when I did it. Shout out cauliflower ear. I love these things. But the thing is, even though you love them, there's gonna come a time where it's still gonna be a hassle to do them. Okay? And what do I mean by that? What I'm talking about is being married to the game. So in a relationship, you might love the chick, or if you're a chick watching this, you never know. If you're a chick, you might love your dude, but even though you love them, they still piss you off. They still got under your skin. But just because they get under your skin, you're not gonna just leave them. You're married to the game, you're right, you're in love. It's the same thing with discipline when you're trying to achieve a goal. You might love something, but it's still gonna piss you off. It's like having a dog. I love my dog, Nala, I love you. But you still get muddy from the river and you jump in my bed and somehow you find a way to get underneath my covers when I lived at home. Like, I love you, but you still piss me off. So having discipline and persistency in situations like that are gonna be huge. When me and Joey sold insurance, we love making money. We fucking love making money. We were making a lot of money. But when you are in a sales, not just insurance, sales in general, like we love closing, right? But the thing is, when you're closing, you're gonna get told to fuck off 9 times in a row, but then the next 5 or 6 people are just, oh yes, here's my debit card, here's my credit card. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, sir. Oh my gosh, can I tell my sister about you? And then her sister buys. So sales is like that, but you need discipline to keep going. Even though I love closing, and closing is like, it's like hunting. It's like when you kill an animal and then when you cut the meat off it, like you eat what you kill. I love it. But it pisses you off. Oh my gosh, does it piss you off? It pisses you off. So to wrap it up, practical usage, right? Because it's all good to hear stuff, but I always like to tie it back to how can this actually make my life better? How can I tie this into my life today in order to see an improvement in my life? How can this change my current behavior? So what I would say, and I don't want to say I'm Mr. Disciplined. I'm definitely disciplined. Yeah, I'm not oblivious to it. I'm definitely disciplined, but there's definitely parts of my life where I could be more disciplined in, for sure. And that's everybody. Because discipline, the way it is a bank account. It's not a skill. No. It's not a trait that people have or people don't have. It's a skill that you develop like anything else. So when you're talking about discipline, okay, I want you to imagine you own a bank. No. You own a bank account, okay? And now with a bank account, you have deposits and you have withdrawals, okay? So this is your discipline bank account right here. You wanna make sure that you're putting more deposits in this will be deposit. You want to make sure you put more deposits in to make it go up and so you have more discipline. Now, what's a withdrawal mean? A withdrawal means cheating on your diet. A withdrawal means doing what you're not supposed to do. Because every time you do that, you hurt this skill. This will be withdrawal. This is what this means. There we go again. We got our own sign language on this channel here. So withdrawal, you bring it down. So you just want to make sure, but now before that, I want you to know, it's very important. It doesn't have, like, it's impossible. You can't base your life out of only deposits because we're humans. We mess up. Okay, it's how it works. But you can certainly make sure, hang on. Got the daily water truck right there. Come on. But you want to make sure you definitely have about, it's hard to put a number on it, but definitely about 10 times more deposits than you do withdrawals. Because when you have more deposits than withdrawals, that's how you become more disciplined. That is how you increase your discipline. That is how you increase your discipline, by depositing more into that bank account than withdrawing. So for me, what are things that I need to be disciplined on right now in my life? Now, I have an X amount of number or an X amount of content I need to put out every single day. So it doesn't matter, those chickens are going crazy, man. Thailand is crazy, man. So, content. Okay, good example. I have a concussion, right? It didn't stop me. It was hard to look at my phone yesterday. It was hard, but I still made sure I got my content out because I told myself I was gonna do it. Let's see. So also too, dieting. I have to watch what I eat because now you don't want to fight a Muay Thai fight too heavy because, so right now I'm 156. 156. Now I would say I'm definitely good size for 156. But if I'm any heavier, like 160, 165, then instead of fighting 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11" guys, now I'm fighting guys that are 6 foot. And guys that are 6 foot, they're gonna be leaner, and or 6 foot that weigh 160. They're gonna be lean, they're gonna be long limbed, they're gonna be whippy. It's gonna hurt 10 times. It's gonna be way harder of a fight. So I have to watch what I eat because I need to get down to about 148, 150. Because then I would be one of the bigger guys in my weight class, and it would just be better for me. So I have to watch what I eat. Again, it sucks, but I have to. It's what I have to do to achieve my goals. So it's hard, but it's not gonna stop me. So that's another one. Discipline. Let's see, what else? I read it. Well, this Sunday will be my first one. I'm gonna be a reader at church. I don't like reading at church. I would much rather just sit in the pew. But I know it's the best thing for me. I get nervous every time I do a public speaking, or every time I public speak. I get nervous. It doesn't affect my performance. It doesn't affect me from doing it. Because if it did, then that's an issue. Then I'm a coward. But just because I'm scared of it and I still do it, that's just humans. This is how I am. So that's another thing I'm disciplined on, because I know it's the best thing for me to get up, read in front of a bunch of people. It's going to make me more articulate. It's going to give me more confidence, and it's going to have me meeting new people. No brainer. It takes 5 minutes. No brainer. So that's another one. And that's probably the top 3 things I need to be disciplined on. Obviously, there's more. I would say personality stuff wise, there's definitely things I need to work on to become, a better brother than Joey, or to become a better leader, or, whatever it is. There's always stuff we can work on. But those are probably the main ones. So that's it about discipline. That's what I would say. And so it's not really, I don't want anyone to think that, oh, I'm not a disciplined person, or I am a disciplined person. Everybody is disciplined. The question is, how disciplined are you? That's the question. That's for you to find out. And you guys have the tactical advice on how to become more disciplined. Remember, easy equation. Deposit and withdrawal equals discipline. Boom. We got sign language and we got math in this YouTube channel, okay? So that's how you become more disciplined. Or that's how you can become less disciplined. So that's good that you know that. And so that's where I'll leave it. That's discipline. I think this one is probably, I don't want to say it's the most important because environment's pretty important. I already talked about that. But this one's big. If you can figure this out, there's really not much that you won't be able to do, I believe. Not saying that I've accomplished everything in my life, but I know with these principles, I'm going to with these. Because you can't stop something that's in motion all the time. Like, I just got too much motion. Too much motion. We got too much motion. Like, when you got so much motion like this, all right? How can you let a little snack at a candy store throw me off track, right? If I'm dieting. I got too much fucking motion for a Kit Kat. Are you kidding me? What? No, I don't want birthday cake. I got motion right now. And the truest thing is, you have so much more willpower when you see results. It sucks when you are disciplined with 0 results. It sucks. It sucks. It is terrible. So the fastest way to get results is by eliminating the time between idea and action. Okay? I'm going a little bit off discipline here, but I kind of like this little flow around. Okay? And let me say that again. Let me say that very clear. The fastest way to get results is by to eliminate time between idea and action. Okay. Well, why is that? Because when you eliminate that, or when you eliminate that time, you're gonna have more time to reap or to get feedback on the initial idea. Because a lot of people get an idea and they want to ask someone, their mom, their dad, their brother, their friend, whoever the fuck. But the idea to them might sound like a bad idea. That's just one person. The best way to find out if an idea is good is by testing it. How do I test it? The marketplace. Go advertise it. Go just do it. Just go do it. Go try the idea somewhere. And then you'll get the feedback, and then you can reflect on the feedback. Every single day in my little notebook I got that's write down my ideas, I write action plus reflection plus persistency equals winning. Action is what we just talked about. Persistency is not giving up when the going gets tough. No. I messed it up. Action, bang. Reflection is what we're talking about. That's the feedback. What the marketplace tell me? That's what I'm talking about. There it goes. Come on. Working hard. Just like me. Let's go. And then persistency is continuing to go when the going gets tough. That's a very important equation too. I fucking hated math in high school. I hated it. But I was actually kind of good at it, really, when I applied myself. And hey, we're bringing up math equations on this channel. We do it all. We're hybrid athletes, hybrid students, hybrid learners, hybrid men. So I'll leave it there. Well, I thought this one was going to be about 5-7 minutes today, but went a little bit over. That's what I got. So again, today was discipline. Any questions or anything that you guys want to hear or see, let me know in the comments. And I would love to talk about ideas and topics that you guys have questions or ideas on. That's why we're here. Remember, the story train is going towards success. We're going towards success, guys. We're all going together. Okay. We're all going. It's just a matter of time. Per usual, follow me on Instagram, Luke One Story. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment. Follow Joey Story 12, and there is no stopping us at all. A concussion won't stop me. Distractions won't stop me. It's gonna be a movie, guys. We're going to the moon. Let's go. See you tomorrow.